It's so good to be back. I first of all want to say happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you all that is here. Really looking forward for a very productive day. So I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and thank you all for taking time out to watch this particular video. So I want to talk about Bishop T.D. Jakes. I love his preaching. I think Bishop T.D. Jakes will go down in history as one of the greatest pastors and preachers in the world. Um, it's some serious situations going on with Bishop T.D. Jakes. It's a lawsuit. I did watch the interview that a gentleman went on Larry Reed's show, and he had these allegations that Bishop T.D. Jakes pretty much SA'd him. And you hearing that. When I saw the particular video, the interview, I was immediately like, okay, I hear what the guy is saying. Let's do the work. Now, the gentleman that put the allegations out on Bishop T.D. Jakes said that Bishop T.D. Jakes SA'd him. He's actually a registered offender, SO. So he been getting involved with teenage boys and etc. So right then and there, I wouldn't say without a doubt it disqualified him, but it do give the public to look at him a side eye, like, really? Are you really doing these things? Are you really a registered SO? Automatically, that should disqualify you. And I also question, and I'm like, why are you waiting to all of these years later to go after Bishop T.D. Jakes? Where was this stuff years ago? And I've heard that he was trying to extort the bishop and say, if you do not come out and support or give me money, I will go and do an interview about you. So this whole entire situation has been nasty. Anybody knows about Bishop T.D. Jakes and Larry Reed? Larry Reed, I believe they've been trying to go after Bishop T.D. Jakes for a while, because they were upset that Bishop T.D. Jakes didn't go to that funeral. It was that funeral of the bishop that didn't believe in hell. So he's been going after Bishop T.D. Jakes for a while. A lot of YouTubers have reached out to Bishop T.D. Jakes' defender. Tasha reached out. Different ones have reached out, said they want to interview him. My point is, how is this lawsuit going to go? And hopefully, I have all my equipment one day, and I can really do a deep dive on this. But this is more. You'll be hearing more about this lawsuit that Bishop T.D. Jakes filed one day after his medical emergency. And also, we did get to see Bishop T.D. Jakes. Someone recorded him out of the hospital. He also thanked the family. He thanked the people. He said he's not afraid of dying. And he also thanked people for the prayers and the cards and the overwhelming support, the texts. So people have been reaching out to Bishop. So I also want to talk about this whole situation with Diddy. Diddy has been out trying to get out of jail forever. He's been denied, I believe, bail. Maybe this is probably his third time. And the reason why his bail was denied, I was looking at the case. Number one, when you get on this in the court system, you have to make sure that you do not be effing up on the recorded calls, on them texts. I'm going to tell you this by experience, that I've sat with some guys that got into a lot of trouble, and they heard the whole conversation. It was a guy, he had a no contact order with his wife. And when I was sitting in the courtroom, they called his case up and they said he had already violated the no contact order from his wife. He contacted her through jail, and she reported it to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor pulled the tape and etc. So you have to be careful when you go on them jail calls, because they're listening to you. It says when you even pick up the phone, it tells you that it's being recorded. I'm gonna just tell you that right then and there. It's literally being recorded. So you have to be very cautious on being on those phones, and also with those text me now and all of those text messaging apps, because what they do, they make sure you have all of those to your disposal because they know you're going to use it, and then they're going to go to the judge and be like, "Hey, look at Diddy. Diddy have just violated this by using this no contact, using this no contact." And a lot of folks be like, "But why is Diddy doing this? Why is Diddy doing this?" What's up? What's up? Oh, that's my friend. Hey, brother, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Thank you for coming on. And excuse me. Thank you for coming on. They said Diddy should just have his lawyer deliver the message to his lawyer. But what Diddy trying to do is he's trying to get on the phone with these people and trying to, do witness intimidation. And when I was reading online, I'm like, you can't do that. You just can't. I know when I was in jail, um, and I had calls to make, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna get on this phone. I'm not gonna get on this phone and try to call people and try to talk about the case. And my lawyer was very adamant. He said, do not talk about the case. Especially when you're like a YouTuber or anything like that. You don't want to be talking about when you have an open case. Okay. I also want to thank you, Ratchet. Thank you, brother. That's Brother Denight. You got us. This is a new channel, Ratchet shit, and he have been doing really good on his channel, y'all. So y'all go ahead and show him some love. Um, let's get right into it. Like when you really up on them phone calls, it tell you don't do no three-way. Even the video calls. They said this may be recorded, even though I'm sharing private, attorney-client privilege. Even you have to be cautious with that. That's why I'll be like, why? Like a lot of these places, it's all electronic. You don't have to go to the lawyer. Don't have to come to the jail, the physical jail, and come see you and all of that. Even though they said they won't listen to it, they probably will. And so Diddy thought he was going to get this apartment. He thought he was going to get armed guards. He thought he was going to do his thing. And what happened? He couldn't do any of it. So you had to be very cautious on that. So when Diddy got this denied, I don't think he would ever be granted bail because the government's case against him is very stacked. And I believe this is his last time. And I believe, if y'all correct me if I'm wrong, he got to go to the appellate court. I think the appellate courts, he tried his best to go to a higher court to get bail granted. But I don't necessarily see it happening because they're going to argue him being in jail already got, trying to get witnesses to recant their statements, telling his children to post on social media, looking at the algorithm, etc. Someone said Diddy also got in trouble doing stuff to his lawyer, so that's not good. That's not good either. No, it's not even good for his lawyer to be doing that too. Like that's crazy. They said he should have followed the rules. He haven't even been in there that long. No, you haven't. You have to really follow the rules when you're going out into these court systems. Because if you don't, everybody's watching, everybody's listening, everybody's doing this. This is why you have to be very cautious when you get into this system, this judicial system. I mean, you just got to be careful what you share. You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you write. Is another piece too. Even when you go to jail, you have to be even cautious. And this is by experience. Who even trying to befriend you there? Because you don't know who they work for. You don't know who they are. So you have to be very cautious on befriending people inside the jail because some of those people could be undercover cops. So be very cautious of that. Thank you, Vanessa said. Welcome back, Wiley. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so very much. So you have to be very cautious because even when I was in my situation, I said, you can't talk to this person, can't talk to this because you don't know who to trust. You don't know who these people are. It's just best to keep your mouth quiet or just be done with it. Because if you go in a situation telling people about your case and telling people about this and that, you never know. It's been guys that have been got caught up, talked about a crime that they committed decades ago to their bunkmate, and the bunkmate go to the DA, get a deal, get out, and here you are probably facing another life sentence. So you have to be very cautious on what you do behind closed doors. Now, Diddy is a celebrity. Diddy do got people that's going around, washing his clothes and making up his bed. Everybody want to be around Diddy because Diddy is a celebrity. But Diddy also have to understand is you're an inmate. You're not a celebrity in there to the government. You are an inmate. You are a high profile case, and they want that win. And Diddy just showed his hand. I believe if Diddy would have not been trying to uh, use his celebrity to get people to recant their statements, he probably would have been granted bail. He probably would have been granted bail. But when you want to use all of these outlets reaching out to him, that's bad. Because when you do that, they're gonna be like, okay, he ain't learned his lesson. So if we gonna let him sit in jail, and I know he wanna get out. Who wanna just sit in jail? Who? And got the money and the resources. Now I understand if you because there's some guys that I've met that went to jail that love jail a lot because you know what I'm saying, you get 3 meals, you know what I'm saying? And they used to the meals. So you get to take a shower, you get to get your hair cut, get to get all these type of things. But Diddy, he don't he have a lot of wealth or alleged wealth, and he could be right outside with his people drinking and smoking and all of these type of things. Um, he's right out there with his people. He have Thanksgiving meals. It's Thanksgiving, and I know this is a very tough time for people that is homeless. And me being, homeless now, it's a lot of things. I'm like, okay, you got to be grateful that you have shelter, and you have to take it day by day because a lot of guys get discouraged and go and commit crimes. And when they go and commit crimes, and they do that. Um, Someone asks, were you sad celebrating your birthday in there? Um, for me, no. I was not sad that I had to celebrate my birthday in there. I needed that break. And y'all make sure y'all tune in to Katie Talk today because I'll be doing an interview with her. I'm going to share it to my community wall. But I no, no, I don't think necessarily I was sad. It's just I needed help. I believe it's to my time on the West Coast, so I believe it should be around 5 o'clock on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Because if it's 2:15 on the West Coast, that should be like five. Yes. So I want to say, well, thank you all. Shout out to y'all. Hey, Key Love. Thank y'all for showing the support and everything. And everybody has been showing the support. Like I'm trying to get a 30-day because I have a lot of okay, like 5 p.m. I have a lot of things that I do have to do, and I'm trying to take it day by day because I'll be trying to do everything. You can't because these around the holidays, and it's been kind of rough because it's the holiday season, so people taking vacations, going off work, and all of that. Here I am. I'm trying to find employment, and I said, well, until then, let me just go live, and just talk to my people. Let them know. Shout out to the folks that have been reaching out. Um, thank you. Thank you so very much. Also, Tasha K, shouted us out, and I do want to tell her thank you. I'm just a different type of man when I went in into now. Like, I was able to think clearer. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to like my doctors or whatever with this medicine because it have really helped me. It have really helped, and I take it every day. And just shout out to organizations that have reached out. And so when I got word that Tasha K shouted us out yesterday, I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I was really, really happy. Um, I sound so great. Thank you, Natasha. Um, I get up and I sleep 8 hours and everything. It's quite funny. Like me being homeless, I take my mental health very very serious. And they put me on the right medicine, and I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Is it rough? Like you don't know where you're going to be the next day. You got to really hustle to get to where you are. But I'm doing it, and that's why shout out to the producers that have reached out. Shout out to the club chat that have reached out. Shout out to even some people in the abuse sector that reached out because no one wanted to see me out on the street. No one just no. But I will share this. There is th- there is people that are suffering mental illness, and that's flooding the streets of Las Vegas. And some of the people that I've met that I've saw with these business, they don't want to take their medicine. They love to be on the streets. They love they love to be on the streets. So what can you do with that? I know in Vegas they're passing a law, if not already, that you can't even publicly camp. They're cracking down on that because the Supreme Court said it's not cruel or unusual punishment to make laws against camping and stuff like that. Make sure you have shelter beds, etc. So Vegas is pretty much put in their ordinance that even if there's no open shelter beds, you still will get arrested. And shout out to the police. The police is helping. They're trying to find resources to get people off the streets. But there are some people that want to be on the street. So when you're homeless, there's different type of people. Like for me, I don't have the funding to get into an apartment and all of that. Then you have those that work, housing is too high. Do you have those that will be in a situation where your record prevents you for getting a place, so you have to go into a shelter, or go to a shelter. And these some people just don't want to be separated from their items. They have a lot of items, when they want to travel with the items. So it's a lot. It's a very complex situation, but then we also, I believe, next year a lot of folks is trying to get some things going on. So yeah. Um, they say, "Hey, well, I'm so glad you." Yes, I'm feeling much much better. Touch was the video you after Sora posted another video of you when he. Well, I don't know the details about any of these people of what's really going on, because I try my best to not watch it, because it can be traumatizing. And also when I was reading something that was going on, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much that's going on in the world, and that needs to be discussed. Just like on January 20th, a new president is going to be installed. And I really want to share this. Um, being a person that have done political commentary, I think all the way up for the last 4 to 5 years, I was spot on who was going to win this election. You know, I was spot on from that. And I was sitting in the jail because they allow us to read the newspaper. So I read about 20 some books, and I'm sitting at the table in the day room reading the paper. And everybody was saying, Trump, a lot of people were broadcasting that he will lose. And I said that, I said, no, he will not lose. Trump did something that will go down in history as one of the well disciplined campaigns I've seen from a Republican in a long time. What Trump did versus what Kamala did, Trump talked to men, and Trump also talked about the anxiety that Americans was dealing with economically. Whether you believe he gonna do a good job or not, it's that he promoted that. And it was another speech, it was another video that I saw about this whole thing about transgenders. I said he got it, because I read in the paper that I read in the paper about trans about trans people playing in sports right here in Vegas. I think it was like in Vegas, like they didn't want to. I think it was like a college team, the volleyball team didn't want to go against the this trans woman and all that. So that's just how that goes. And another thing I think that Democrats have a hard problem with, they don't like dealing with black folks. And see, people keep saying that, Trump is racist. When you look at the Democrats, there's only a handful of black folk that got power in the Democratic Party. Only a handful that helps, that want to change, that want to do things. There's only a handful that got the power. And also, which was very surprising, well, it was surprising to me, that Reverend Al Sharpton got about $500,000 to do an interview with Kamala Harris, the vice president. It's crazy. Why are you paying Reverend Al Sharpton organization $500,000 to do an interview? That's right there and there that goes against all journalistic integrity. Because like you're interviewing somebody, but they paid you for the interview. So that's just how that goes. And and Trump, a lot of people fail to realize Trump campaigned for years to say, "Hey, I want this." And also, he went on Joe Rogan. Even when I saw the interview that Kamala Harris, the vice president, did with Shannon Sharp, it's like it was it wasn't sincere. It's like she was trying to be down to earth, but she really wasn't. Just like in the beginning of it, she said, "Well, when I heard that Biden wanted when he called, first person I called was my pastor, and I was going to sit in color with my nieces, and it just wasn't sincere." And I also felt that it was rushed. And Democrats thought that he used the same strategy: get celebrities, black folks will come out. It did not work this time. It didn't work because the Hispanics came out and they showed the world what there are a lot of Hispanics getting to the middle class now. They're like, listen, economically we were better off under Trump than we was under Biden. And all the swing states, I want to say this again, all the swing states, they lost. Trump won every single one of them, even Nevada. Even Nevada. But I knew he was going to win Nevada when he was going on no tax on tips. When I went to the Trump rally, um, and I was able to hear from Trump supporters, they were going through economically. And it was one person felt that Uber was taking a big chunk of the money. So I just feel like, being on the ground and seeing this stuff, it is what it is. And then also, when you see like the homeless crisis and you see what's going on, it is an epidemic. Because when I look at people that don't have housing, and I'm right there just looking, trying to hustle, it is challenging. It is challenging. But if you try, like another reason that I want to say this, regardless of what you are, if you're a Republican or you're a Democrat or whatever, at the end of the day, the election is over. Now it's going to be, we got to still work hard. I got to work 50 times harder. You got to work hard. You're going through it. Everybody's still going through it. So we still got to work through it. Whoever the president is, you still got to work 2 times, 3 times hard. So, but I was not shocked that Trump won. I was not shocked at all. I was not shocked. I was not surprised. I see they going out the vice president says you spent $1 billion on what? It was wasteful spending. But hey, the economy was too bad for Harris to win, but it's going to get a lot worse with inflation and Trump tariffs. Now the tariffs, that's I was watching a couple of videos about that, and what you had to understand, if America do tariffs, then China would do tariffs, then Canada would do tariffs, then Mexico would do tariffs, then China is trying to backdoor into Mexico to get to avoid the tariffs to get the products in from Mexico to America. So that's not going. It's going to. It's going to be rough with the tariffs war because once Trump do it, then China going to do it, then Canada's going to do it, Mexico's going to do it. So at the end of the day, a lot of people will be paying a lot of money. I think that sounds good in theory. Oh, I'm going to do all these big, 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 big tariffs, but other countries can do it as well. So that's something that is going to be rough. Um, but we shall see how that's going to play out because Trump can say one thing and then you get in office and you sit down, you strategize with the team and be like, how can you implement this? And they can tell Trump, whoever his advisor, they have to let him know, like, hey, sir, if you do this, China can put tariffs on these products. I think a lot of the farmers they suffered under the tariffs because of the situation when China put tariffs on some of the goods they get from some of the farmers in this country. So you have to be very cautious with that. But the president said he's going to use it. He's going to use it. That's a tool he's going to use. And yeah, they say it will stop companies from moving from different countries. Yeah, so that's going to be something. But nevertheless, I know a lot of people is going to talk about it. Hey, Wiley, welcome. Thank you, welcome. Thank you, Lady S, and happy Thanksgiving to you. Yeah, I like how he said he was going to build a wall and never did it in 4 years. And that's you like even with the whole situation where they said build the wall, it's going to take time to construct it, and it's going to take time for it to be implemented. Now the deportation, that's something I do believe Trump will do because he did it the last one. But even President Obama did more. He deported more people in his 8 years than any president. So Trump is definitely going to be trying. Would he top President Obama? We shall see. Okay. But a lot of people have been coming to this country, and Hispanics they felt the same way. They said people coming here taking our jobs, and they're not coming into this country legally. So it's surprising. It's really really surprising. So it's so good to hear from each and every one of y'all. I love y'all dearly. Um, it's shout out like again. I've read a book someone sent me. Natasha sent me this book called The Comeback, and that book was very very important for me to read. And when I tell you, I read it in jail. It just was amazing. Sitting and reading that. Oh, you sound so balanced. Well, thank you, because I feel feel amazing, feel balanced. It's good to be home, but I do definitely gonna need your help, y'all. Um, uh, definitely need your help because I got some things going on, and it's a lot. And shout out to people that have helped, that have came through and helped and everything. And now I'm like, oh, I didn't get a job. I need to get a job fast. Then I get, oh, I gotta get the mental health evaluation. I got to get the mental health. So I'm just trying to do. I just got out of jail, last week. So I'm trying to do everything, and you can't do everything so quickly. So I'm gonna take this advice what this sister said, and she said, Wiley, she said, Leo said, you did get in this situation overnight. So you will not get out of this situation overnight. That to me was like a wake up call. I said, okay, you're so right about that. You're so right about that. And I'm going to say the rest because I know I got to get out there for my sis. And you will be seeing me on camera, you guys. You will be seeing me on camera for Katie Talk 101. And let me know what y'all want me to talk about. It's quite difficult because for me to go live every day. So I'm trying my best to give y'all some content, and I'm easing into it. Like I'm not doing it like 4 times, easing into it and everything. They said it sound like a true commentary. May you be happy while yes. Oh Lord, y'all is something else. Look at Lorraine posts in there. Y'all doing it right now? Oh no, we doing an interview a little later today. She posted it on her wall. If you all can go and see it, posted on. I have not found like stable housing, you guys. Um, yeah, I have not found like stable housing. So I'm trying to, get that off the ground. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, but the interview will be today. The interview will be today. And so if y'all have like any resources and anything that, you know, resources, you can always uh, send me a message. Oh, I thought I had the number in here. Lord Jesus, I keep trying to put that number in here, and I have not put that number in here. Oh my gosh. And also, I'm on Instagram as well. So if you want to reach out to me on IG, you can. IG as well. But to Diddy, I want to say this again. You gotta stop trying to talk about your case and intimidate witnesses. That's not going to work with the federal government. They're not playing. And from experience, they don't play. Okay? You got to be careful what you Google. You got to be careful what videos you watch, who your communications. Uh, you cannot be out here trying to go and intimidate witnesses. That's crazy. And there is a case here in Vegas where a police officer was arrested because he was on the strip, pretty much arresting innocent black men. I mean, and not just black men, just innocent people. Most of them were black. So it was this detective work for the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, did all that on the strip, and he got arrested. So they arrested him. They took his laptops, they took his computers, they took everything. And they charged him with they charged him with a crime. Then they found on his laptop, on his computer, they found child, P word on his laptops, computers, his phones, stuff like that. And they added another charge. Um, when I read it in the paper, and I'm going to talk about that case because that trial is going to be next year. So I'm trying to hopefully and pray that I'm in a more stable situation where I can just cover that trial. But he went through all of that, and and I was immediately like, "Oh my gosh, you! This is crazy. Why would you even want to watch that particular material, knowing that one day someone can confiscate all your items?" And they added those charges. And the prosecutors, they wanted him to get no bail, and they made sure his bail, I think it was $100,000, and then it went up to another 100, I believe. So you got to be very careful. That's exactly why all eyes on Diddy. I don't think they're looking at everything. I don't know why trying to witnesses that was so stupid. It's very stupid because when you go into this whole situation with Diddy, knowing that you're being listened, it's people that's going to get promotions off of this conviction of Diddy. So again, I was in jail. So every time you own that phone, I've heard people threaten people on the phone, and then when they go to court, they get them. You can't do it. Like for me, I'm glad I ain't had hardly nobody numbers. I'm glad I wasn't any of that. I said hey, because when I was locked up, all I did was read. That's all I did. That's all I did. I sat, read books. I'm not going to be rushing to get on phone time to get another charge. There were guys in there that had DV, domestic violence, and they will be threatening the person not to show up or calling the friends not to show up, and it bite them to behind. You can't do it. You have to be careful on those phone calls because again, it is being recorded. Someone is listening to it, and the more high profile you are, of course, there are people on 24/7. Even they even had with this whole situation going into his cell, and then he hurried up and write legal on the paperwork after they confiscate some items. So Diddy's going through a lot, man. But Diddy is making him look real guilty. It's tough. I don't know why Diddy would do all eyes on him about his lawyer should have told him this case. And the lawyers do. My lawyer told me how serious the charge can be. Don't be going live, talking about it before, But at the end of the day, they you gonna do what you gonna do. They said I was a guard. It was gonna be looking like him, like a hunk stuff for clout. And people looking at Diddy like that way. If I'm not mistaken, was Blueface at CCDC? If I'm not mistaken, did Blueface just record a video from jail? He's in Clark County, right? Detention center. Because I believe he was. And I saw him with a video from jail. I believe if I thought I saw that on Instagram. I don't know how people are doing that, but it's crazy. But this whole Diddy, I know everybody's talking about it. And his trial is not until May of next year. Until May of next year is his trial. So we shall see. I know a lot of y'all have a lot of questions for Wiley. And we tried our best. Love each and every one of y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to the people that was inviting me to their stuff that live out of state. And shout out to people that invited me to their homes here in Vegas. So shout out to y'all. Okay. Um, Shout out to the support of the supporters that are here. Shout out to even the people that do not support the Wiley Show, but still watch. Thank you. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, what you all have been doing. Thank you. Um, Man, I wake up and I was like, okay, here you go. They said some jails they can have tables, then some can have way to get phones in, but trust they be charged at like 1,000 or 2K. What? Because I was literally looking at that. I was like, well, people really be getting phones up at the jails. I'm like, how is that possible? That is something. Like people be calling and going live from jail. Crazy. Like that is insane. Who does that? Who does that? Yeah. So I don't. I am definitely am praying. Oh yeah, by reading, stimulated by reading, absolutely. Like I love to read. I think when I was in there and I was reading those books, I still think about those characters today. I still think about it today. I still think about those characters today, and it's so many, like the urban books, so many books that I've read, so many books. It was amazing. But similar by reading, recorded, listening, any of it, you got to be careful because they definitely will let you listen to those stuff. You have to be cautious because anytime they said the gay OnlyFans guy take me online all the time and hook it up online. Yeah, he's in prison and they're doing it. I said, what? He's in prison and he be on the X and you see him literally getting it in and selling the content. I know it was one prison organization. I think it's like it was some type of panel that was trying to get him to stop him from doing that, and he's editing the videos and everything. That's crazy. It's nothing in the world that you in prison. So prison's supposed to be a place where think about what you did, all of that. But obviously the prisons don't care. Because a lot of times these CEOs, they just want to make it home safe with their families. If you want to go and share all that, they really don't care. They really don't care. And shout out to people that see I love you guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button. That do help us. So make sure y'all hit that like button because that do help us a lot. And it's going to be amazing. Make sure y'all do that. Hit the like button. If you have not done it, click on the like button. It's very, very important to help us in the algorithm. Thank you for watching the last previous interviews, not interviews, but videos that you have been watching. Thank you all so very much. And yes, and make sure y'all go to Katie's video and everything so you all can see it there as well. All right. This has been amazing. I know a lot of y'all, again, they said Tasha K, shout us out. Shout out to Tasha K. Shout out to all my colleagues on YouTube. Shout out to those that have been uh, praying for me and just on this healthy journey, man. Just shout out to everybody that have been there for me. Love you all so very much. And we're not gonna get too political over here because a lot of fun topics and stuff like that. Of course, I think the next time we will say something probably will be on January the 20th when he's sworn into office and all of that. But that'd be it. But if anything that goes on that y'all want me to talk about, y'all can always text me. If you want to text me, you can. Um, at 702-355-9581. So if you have any questions and you have any resources and you be like, hey, Wiley, you should go to this place and everything, please do so. I'll put the number in there because some of y'all have been sending me stuff and it has been just amazing. One lady reached out to us yesterday. We had a beautiful conversation. So love you all. It has been amazing. It's so good to hear from you all, everything. Okay. Thank you all so very much for y'all blessings. Also, y'all encouraged that we be at Katie Talk 101 on her show. That's going to be amazing. And I want you all just to pray for us as we go through that journey. Uh, and this will be my first interview and my last probably. Um, we should, have to really like pray on and meditate on these things. But for her, she was there for me. So we definitely will be such an honor for that. And yeah, I'm going to go. Love you all. And may God bless each and every one of y'all. This have been an amazing day. It's not as cold today. Oh, do y'all see how I look? Look how much hair I grow. Um, all the hair on my face. Need a haircut. Love you all.